Alright guys and girls, we are back at it. I've run this track we laid on, I believe it was Thursday. That's going to put us at about 50 hours I think on this one. We got a little more wind than I preferred, than I was hoping for. We got a storm rolling in. It's going to hit later on this evening, so play on thermals ain't going to be quite the way I wanted it, but it's still going to have some swirl there at the finish site that will aid to the complexity of it all. So I also brought Harley. I'm going to let Harley run around while I've got Cora on lead, just to add some more chaos to her and some distraction. We'll see how this goes. And we'll get set up, get the dogs out. Then I'll bring y'all back into it once we take off. Find it. Find it. Now you're on the track. Find it. Find it. Oh, she got a little hint of it there. There you go. Leave it. They've got some ducks that were just on this pond that they're distracted by. Cora just wants to go play with her sister, but otherwise she's pretty well on the right track. We pushed her right through here. Just waiting on her to get back on trail. There you go. Find it. Now we're about to pile into the first section of just nightmare chaos. Ain't no better way to explain it. Sticker bushes and everything. She's right on the edge of it though. She's about to pile into it. I'm gonna let the lead drag her around because I don't want to fight her and mess her up through this nasty stuff. Harley is out running around and doing her own thing, which is good. But we'll see how this goes. Sister of hers is off chasing a rabbit or something now, so that'll make things a little bit easier for her. I knew this was gonna ultimately be a difficult spot for her, not only because it's just torturous terrain, but as I was dragging my legs through this, we were snagging a whole lot with those, and they were literally flying all over, so there's not a whole lot of solid scent disbursement in this, just because they were getting yanked 4 or 5 feet apart from each other. So she can make it through this, so she can just about do anything, I think. But we're getting there. We're slowly making our way to the 2-track, and this is the hardest part of this entire trail, is to just get through this little section here, and then we'll be, the 2-track ain't gonna be too terribly easy for her, just because it's open ground and nothing to retain that scent molecule. But we'll get through it here before long, and we'll just see how she does it. I may be thinking, why in the hell are you running tracks through this kind of stuff? Because there's quite a few tracks that we get in this area that is a lot like this. You know, it's timber company where they're not maintaining it very well, or as public land. There's a lot of public land in this area that's not maintained like you might maintain private, and we find ourselves a lot of times running through this kind of stuff. So we're gonna train through it, obviously, because if the first time she's introduced to this kind of mess is on a live track, I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure and not doing the hunters justice. So we're going to train to it the best we can, if not for anything other than to get her used to navigating this kind of stuff and dragging a lead through this kind of stuff, and it's just part of it. So we'll get through it here before long. Find it. We got through to the 2-track now. We're just sitting. We're kind of treating this like it's a property line. We're going to give her, I think, 5 to 10 minutes. I ain't decided yet. We're going to give her some time to chill out, take a break, and really just to throw her off of her pace. And then we'll bring her back in it and get going, push through down to the end, and probably not going to bring you guys back on until we get near the end of it. Alright, so we're back in the thick of it. I don't have too terribly much farther. And like I said, the remaining of this should be fairly easy to navigate. She's definitely got a lot more confidence on her, not having to fight stuff the entire way. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Yeah, yeah, good job. Yeah, good job, good job. Good job. All right, I pretty much gave her the last, I don't know, 500 yards or so, 400 yards. I really made a mistake on this one. I knew introducing Cora into the, or excuse me, introducing Harley into the mix was going to make it more complicated. But ultimately, I ended up just setting her up for complete failure. Harley's got some pretty serious anxiety, and that ultimately contributed to Cora's anxiety spiking and being higher than it needed to be. So I wanted to get her to the end, make sure she got her deer legs like usual. Sorry to sling y'all all around, but trying to get this deer leg up. But anyway, she needed to win, and it's my fault that she was as jacked up as she was towards the end. So we just called it a loss on my part. Got her to her deer legs to let her find them at the end, and it is what it is. Next time I won't use Harley the way I did to distract her. It'll be something a little less involved, if you will. Because every time Harley would come near, obviously, that's her buddy, it would just entice her to get off track and want to run around. So, and I knew that. I knew that going into this. I just expected her to care a little less about Harley and a little more about the track. Because Cora is usually a pretty chill, self-sustaining dog, and if she's got something on her mind, she don't usually pay attention to Harley. But today, I guess, was a different day. So we're headed out. Got both dogs in tow, just pushing through this last little stretch of junk between me and the truck. I need to get out of here anyway. I've still got my daughter just hanging out in the truck. Surprised she hasn't drove off in it yet. But I appreciate y'all sticking with us. Like and subscribe. Criticize if you want. You ain't gonna change my day now. I'll see y'all on the next one. Take care.